ओम गुरुभ्यो नमः। ओम गुरवे नमः। परम गुरवे नमः। परात्पर गुरवे नमः। परमेष्टि गुरवे नमः। ओम सर्व गुरुभ्यो देवेभ्यो नमः। In the scripture, it is told, मूलपिंडे कुंडलिनी जावत निद्रयति प्रभु तावत न सिद्ध्यति किंचित् मंत्र तंत्र अर्चनादिकम. As long as the divine power, that is kundalini power or that serpent power, is dormant in the coccygeal center or Muladhara, you cannot get anything divinely. So our first duty is to awaken that divine power from the Muladhara, and then you have to rotate that divine power. For this awakening of a divine power, in the beginning, you have to bow 7 times. First, you have to get the light and vibration in the Muladhara, then take the breath, and then with the perception of light and vibration to the top center, then you leave it to the Muladhara. In this way, if you practice 7 times, then that divine power in Muladhara will be awakened. And with the awakening of this divine power, your whole body will be transformed from physical consciousness to super consciousness, cosmic consciousness stage. By that, your whole body will be vibrated. That means in your whole body system, you will experience divine light, sound and vibration or pendulum movement sensation. By this, your whole body will be awakened. This awakening is called awakening of a Kundalini power. Kundalini power is not a serpent power, it is the dormant stage of the physical body. If you practice this technique, that is the first technique, and bow 7 times, then you can transform your body into this divine consciousness. Because our all desires, evil propensities, all are stored up in Muladhara. As long as you do not bring all these to the top center, that is soul center, then you can never be transformed into this divine consciousness. Therefore, first duty is through first technique, that is 7 times bowing down, you have to awaken the power, and thereafter you bring all power from Muladhara to the Swadhisthana, then from Swadhisthana to the navel center, then from navel center to the heart center, then from heart center to the throat center, then from throat center to the soul center. If you bring these evil propensities from Muladhara to the top center, and by the next technique you can be able to transform them into divine consciousness. Then your all evil propensities will be transformed into divine consciousness or divine propensities. This is called divineness, and by this your mind, intellect, ego, sense organs, all will be transformed into divinity. You can bring it from physical consciousness to spiritual consciousness, and this is the first step. You can do it by this awakening of this divine power. Then how to awaken this divine power? Then the next technique is Mahamudra. By this second technique, you have to, with proper pranayam, you have to bend your whole body to the left side, and then you sit and give pressure, and then to the right side, then sit and give pressure and exhale. By this repeated bending down from left to right, right to left, your Sushumna will be open, because inside the Sushumna canal there are two nadis, cords, Ida and Pingala, lunar cord, solar cord. By the practice of this technique, both these cords will be separated from each other, and within these two nadis or cords, one passage will be opened. That is called Sushumna cord, wisdom cord. There is no cord existing in spinal cord or inside the backbone. But by the practice of this passage is open, and that opening passage is called Sushumna cord. When this Sushumna cord will be open, then you will transform into divinity. And by this divine consciousness, your whole body will be transformed. Your body, mind, intellect, ego, sense organs, all will be divine oriented. And by this, you will move from the stage of physical consciousness to the spiritual consciousness. And then, whatever work will you do, you will perceive the doer of Ya instead of doer of ego. In Bhagavad Gita it is told, Prakrite kriyamanani gunai karmani sarvasa ahankara vimanahatma kartaham iti manyate. Prakriti, by natural process, is doing all activity with the help of its three qualities of Sattva, Raja, Tama. And but inside or within the body, the ego claims, I am the doer. By the practice of this Kriya technique, this first technique, we will perceive the doership of Ya, that is the Prakriti. Then, instead of a doership of Ya, ego, you will experience through the performance of your all activity, the doership of Ya, that is Prakriti. Then, by this, you can offer your all activities to God, to soul. This is called Kriya Avastha. Kri means you do, Ya means the soul. Generally, whatever work you are doing, you experience ego is the doer. And this is called egocentric activity. But by practice of this Kriya Yoga, you will experience the doership of Ya, that is the Prakriti, power of the soul. If you experience the doership of Ya in all activity, this is the Kriya state. If you experience this Kriya state, then your all activities will be Niskama Karma Yoga. Niskama Karma Yoga means you will do your work without any attachment. So, non-attachment will be the standard of your all activity, and then your all activities will be Niskama Karma Yoga, about which Lord Krishna has taught in Bhagavad Gita to Arjuna. Om Gurubhyo Namaha.